Today I'm streaming to you to YouTube as well. So, excuse my itchy nose. It's windy outside, and I went outside. Crazy person. All right, so I'm just going to hang about and make sure people know I am here. Who else? Oh, my son wants me. That happens. What's up, dude?
He was actually turned into a little tiny wolf because he didn't have the ring.
Oh, no.
And now they think he's a dog.
Okay, dude, guess what? Mummy is live, and you need to go and do... Oh, thanks, dude. Everyone needs a cuddle from a Christmas elf who's lost his way. No, listen. I told you Mummy going to be live for about 20 minutes, half an hour. Hey, I can see that I'm live in my group. That's awesome. Go to the lounge room. We're going to paint your rock soon, okay?
Okay. I'm waiting for it to dry.
Good plan. Hello, Facebook user. Okay, so apparently streaming to the group via the app that I'm using. My phone's up here. Doesn't let me see. There you go. It's Dika. Hi, Dika. And the two other people watching. Welcome. Okay, so what I usually do on a Friday, because I know there's a whole bunch of new members in this group, so welcome to the group. Very glad to have you here. Exactly, Lenny. He can go play. They're actually watching a movie, so hopefully he won't continually come and give me updates. On the computer, it comes up as Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. So you're all related. You're all Facebook users. Anyway, what can you do? Apparently, I can invite my audience to connect their Facebook room to show their name and profile pictures. Send your viewers to chat.restream.io/Facebook to start FB to start. Anyway, what I can do is do this and add that there. But I've got my phone, so it's not a big deal. All right, so for those who normally watch, you know how this goes. I have a chat to you for about 15-20 minutes about something that will help you, hopefully. I don't generally pitch in this setting. If you want to have more information about my programs, message me or put here, I'd love some more information about your programs, because it's not about that. I'm streaming from my desktop, which is a laptop, but whatever. Streaming from the laptop through Restream, and my phone is next to the computer so I can see who's actually talking to me. Yes, that's the way we're rolling today. So, over the last 24 hours, a lot has been happening. A lot has been happening energetically. A lot has been happening. Like, Victorians, I'm so sorry. Welcome back to lockdown. There's a lot of fear around, and there's a lot of anxiety around. And what I wanted to talk to you about, because I can English, is about those feelings. Because some of it we can control. We can't control the circumstances that we're in, but we can control what we do about it. We can control what we do within the realms of the restrictions we find ourselves in. We can't control the actual restrictions. That said, you have a choice. And most of us are on a healing journey because that's just the way it is. We all grew up in situations. Some of us grew up in awesome families and some of us did not. And you can sit there and blame your family or blame your upbringing or blame your circumstances or whatever happened in the last however many years of your life. Or you can accept the way it was. And you can decide that from here on in, it's going to be different. From here on in, you get the choice. So the last 24 hours, like talking to, hello, beautiful Lisa. The last 24 hours, like even yesterday afternoon, I was sitting there going, what am I going to talk to everyone about today? And I just sit and I play my little drum. It sits over here. Right? I play the little drum and I go, okay, universe, what do I need to talk to everyone about? And the thing that keeps coming back is that feeling of safe, that feeling of you are safe. It is safe for you to do the things that you want to do. It is safe for you to have your dreams and have your goals and start to move forward in them, even though the circumstances around us right now are a little bit uncertain. It is safe for you to have a dream. It is safe for you to move your business or your life forward in whatever way that looks like and whatever way feels aligned for you. It is safe. So then that whole process of thought led me down a whole other path of, well, what feelings are holding us back? Because if you're sitting there in the anxiety and in the fear and in that stuff, right? If you're sitting there in all of that and you're not feeling, because our thoughts create the feelings and our feelings create the energy that creates our reality. So if you're sitting in the negative stuff, if you're sitting in the feeling that things are garbage right now, that's not really going to help you create the life that you want, if that makes sense. So what do you have to do? I literally did this exercise the other day with a client. Reminds me I need to contact her and book her next appointment in. So what I like to do is, okay, what emotion is holding you back right now? What is stopping you right now from stepping out and working towards your goals? What is stopping you? Give me an answer, all two of you that are watching. Give me an answer. What do you feel is holding you back from stepping forward into your goals and your future? I'll look that way because that's where my comments are that have names on them. Otherwise, it's just Facebook user. Okay, COVID. All right, so why is COVID a problem, Lisa? Like, I get it in terms of Reiki. I totally get it in terms of the Reiki side of things. I totally get it. But you can't control COVID. And everyone can blame COVID for something. And I know things are crazy because of COVID, because of fear, because of all the stuff that gets thrown about at the moment. Hey, Leanne. Yeah, perfect, Dika. Packing a house on your own. Why are you packing it on your own? I think we need to talk. Send me a message, Lisa. I am good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. I've seen a few of your updates and I nearly messaged you the other day. So what is holding you back? Okay, so if COVID is what's holding you back, then what's behind the COVID? What is behind that? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be shot down in flames here. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. That's exactly right. No one can control COVID. No one can control what the government tells us that we can and can't do. But what can you control? You can't control COVID. You can't control the restrictions. You can't control, a vaccine or a lack of vaccine. You can control your choice around that vaccine, which I will not get into. However, you can't control the restrictions, but what can you control? You've got to find a house, and that's completely understandable that is a stressful thing, even without a global pandemic, and the crazy that brings. But what if you've released? So what's behind that? What's the feeling behind all of the stuff that you're going through, Lisa? And I'm going to use you as an example because I'm mean like that. I could totally bring you up on screen if you want to do something on screen, but I'd have to send you a link, which I can do still. But you can't chat forever. Oh, I can hear the pitter-patter of little feet. He went outside. That's cool. Who wants to come up on the screen within reason to talk through a process? Right. Awesome. Do you know the last 2 times we moved, I was either sick or pregnant and couldn't help. I wasn't allowed to lift anything. And Deeker, zero judgment. Again, zero judgment. That's good, Lenny. That's progress. Because what I want to ask you, like, COVID is a circumstance, COVID is a scenario, but what's behind it? Why do you feel, wow, Lisa, that's amazing. What's behind that? What's the feeling that it brings up? And that's what I want to deal with. Because usually we blame a circumstance, or we blame a scenario, or we blame something that happened, or someone that we perceive caused something. But what if we actually took 100% total responsibility for the circumstances in our lives, not so much for the circumstances, but for our reaction, or our, what's the word I'm looking for? That's okay, Lenny. She's like a phantom. What if you decided to take, I was going to say ninja and then I said phantom. What if you decided to take responsibility? Because we create, again, hoping to not get any haters. We create our reality. Our thoughts become feelings. Our feelings become the energy that creates our reality. What we focus on grows. Yes, a phantom ninja. We like it. Is that a ninja in purple instead of in black? I have boys, okay? What we focus on grows. So, and I've been guilty of this, and it's been frustrating for me, being someone who has studied the law of attraction, become a law of attraction coach, done all of the work that I've done, right? I went through a phase last year, could have been earlier this year, where I was so focused on what we didn't have that was causing us stress in our relationship and stress throughout most of our lives, until I woke up one day and I went, I've done all this work. I know that I have to focus on what I want to achieve and the end result for that to manifest in my life. And as long as I'm focusing on the crappy little circumstances, then that's what I'm manifesting into my life. So Shift your focus. This is where the Shift Your Ship program comes in and teaches you to shift your focus out of your current circumstances, because we get all tunnel vision on how things are right now in this moment. And what does that do for us, apart from create stress and anxiety and fear? So again, I ask you, what is behind the stuff that you're struggling with right now? What is the emotion that you need to deal with? Because it's the emotion that needs to shift. You may need to do a little bit of forgiveness work. You may need to do a little bit of healing. You may need to do a whole bunch of other stuff, but your very first step is to go, okay, I have this particular problem right now. What is behind that? What is the emotion behind it? My son has one activity to go on his week of home learning programs. I'm so excited. That has been my biggest stress this week in dealing with meltdowns. It's been fantastic. But what is behind that for me is frustration, because I know he can do it. What is behind the frustration? What is behind the frustration? The desire for him to succeed. Like, I want him to succeed. I know he can do the work. Yep. So what if you let it go? Imagine that you were sitting there writing down all the things you're frustrated about. Then you rip it up, because that's a really cathartic experience, and then burnt it and released it. What if you just release that thing that is holding you back? Because everyone can sit here and say COVID is killing my business, or COVID is killing my life, or COVID this or COVID that. And I can tell you that there are a bunch of people doing that. Yep. I hear you, Lisa. I have a 6-year-old who is having anxiety over his schoolwork. Anytime I ask him to do writing, which he has to do every day because English, he runs to his room screaming. Or he'll sit in the corner of the couch buried under cushions because he doesn't want to do it, because he hates writing. Not a lot we can, no, exactly. So then you go around it. You cannot do anything about COVID, but what can you do? Now, if you're spending your entire day packing boxes because you have to move, then I want you to stop. And for at least 1 hour a day, do something that lights you up. Maybe I'll take my own advice too. For 1 hour a day, it's not that long. For 1 hour a day, do something that lights you up, that lifts your vibration. And then look at the things you can do. So last year when COVID hit, I studied hypnotherapy and coaching. And then as the year has progressed, I've done little courses here and there to just increase the other bits and pieces that I can do. Lenny, even if you can organize a phone call or a Zoom session or something with someone who is exercising at the same time, or say, hey, I'm going to go for a run, go for a walk, go for whatever right now. Will you talk to me? Now, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm not available for that because I have to honor my time, and my time at the moment is schooling a 6-year-old, building a business, looking after a 4-year-old, and keeping a house running. So you need to find someone who can, and it doesn't have to be one person, but if you have someone that you can call every day while you go for a walk or go for a jog or go for whatever type of exercise it is that you want to do, then do it. Your other alternative is an accountability buddy. All right? Say, I need you to ask me by 6 o'clock in the evening every day, have I exercised today? And if the answer is no, tell me to go and do it right now. Get someone who will keep you accountable. You know a lot of people, Lenny, so ask someone to help you out with that. Because what is stopping you, this is the other thing, what is stopping you from doing it yourself? Why don't you want to exercise? I joined the karate Zoom sessions through our gym. And we've got Ring Fit, which I've sort of had the boys help me lose part of. So, woohoo. Got to find the leg strap. It's in my lounge room. Sounds easy, right? Because if being a healthier version of yourself was really a priority, Lenny, you would make time to do that. So maybe, like, I know if I get up in the morning and I say, let's just keep it really basic. If I don't have a shower first thing in the morning, all of the things I need to do during the day will get on top of me and I won't have a shower. That's gross. So my priority in the morning, get up, get the kids breakfast, go and have a shower. Then have my coffee and my breakfast while the kids are doing work. All right. You will always make time for things that are important to you. It's the same with money. You will always find the money for things that are important to you. You will. And if not, I've got a magical manifestation program that would really help you. So work out, Lenny, for example, right? I would love to be a more healthier version of myself. Awesome. Great. Why do you feel like you can't exercise if you don't have a buddy to exercise with? I love the comment, it is what it is. And it really is. But there is an element of that that's kind of giving up, that it is what it is. We can't control that. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. But there is. You may not be able to, go more than 5 or 10 kilometers from home. Why do you feel the need for companionship, Lenny? This is the way this is going to go, all right? I'm going to come at you with a question when you give an answer until we get to no more answers. All right? So it is what it is. No worries. I think you need to. I'm so bossy. It is what it is. I use it all the time. But there's an element of, oh, well, can't do anything about it, so I'm just going to give up. There's a little bit of a victim mentality thing there, right? Love it. However, you look around. You look around and you go, all right, let's call this box COVID. Can't control that. Let's put it over there. Okay. This box that is really kind of beautifully rectangular prismy that fits sort of around the COVID box is the restrictions. Can't control that around COVID. All right. Outside of that is all the things, all the possibility of what you can do. So imagine all the possibility of what you can do within the realms of those restrictions. It's kind of more like COVID in the middle, and then there's this boundary, which is restrictions, and you kind of in the yard between the COVID and the restrictions. So if you start looking at things you can do, then you start to feel a little bit more in control. If you start to feel a little bit more in control, there's less fear, there's less anxiety, there's less frustration. Now, negative, positive feelings, right? They serve a purpose. It's not really a negative feeling, a positive feeling, low vibe, high vibe, maybe, but less negative, more purpose. So if you start feeling frustration, why am I feeling frustrated right now? Now, I had a chat the other day with a lady who does human design readings, and she said, when you're feeling frustrated and angry, let's focus in on that right now. When you're feeling frustrated and angry, why do you think you feel that? I said, I get angry when blah, 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 blah. No, that's true, Lenny. So you got no excuses. See how I did that? Where was I? Anger, frustration, feelings, blah, 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 right? Why are you feeling angry? And 9 times out of 10, I'm overtired because my children don't know how to sleep in. And sometimes I struggle to get to sleep at night. Why do you struggle to get to sleep at night? Because my mind's going a mile a minute. Why is your mind going a mile a minute? Because I didn't do a meditation. Why didn't you do a meditation? Because I didn't feel like I had time. Why didn't you feel like you have time? The human design lady, thank you, Deeka, you're the best. All right, so can you guys see how my mind works, right? It's like, this is the way it works. And so at midnight last night, I was lying in bed and going, okay, I just need to sleep. And we're going to sleep now. And now. And I knew I was tired, but I had left it too long to go to bed. But I'd also had an amazing Love Angels Light TV last night with Terenia. And afterwards we chatted. So my mind really was racing about all the things that I can look up now to do with my family history, right? But then this morning I get frustrated with the kids because I'm tired, right? And if I'm with my human design, I am a manifester. I have these spurts of energy where I'm go, go, go. I can do a million things, but then it's like once that energy is depleted, I need a rest. And that's been me my entire life. But now I know that it's the way this was created during the spurts of energy. Go, 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 get stuff done. But once you're tired, go to bed. Or go and rest on the couch or go and do something that requires no brain power. Right? If you don't know your human design, it's not a problem. I do know a couple of people who do human design. If you are interested, we can hook you up. But honor the way you want to feel. Like essentially, if you are tired, rest, because you have one temple and it's what you've been given. And essentially, you know how it needs to be treated. Are you honoring yourself? Because if you're not honoring yourself, you need to start. And sometimes honoring yourself looks like exercise. And sometimes honoring yourself means going to bed even when the kids are still awake and being little kids. Sometimes honoring yourself means getting up and doing the work that needs to be done, even though you don't feel like doing it. Because by the end of it, by the time you get to the end result, you're going to be proud of yourself and you're going to feel accomplished and you're going to feel like you've done something. So that's the question to you, Lenny. You don't want to exercise by yourself. But what if you did? How are you going to feel at the end of it? Because if you can focus on that feeling at the end of it before you've even started, that will be motivator enough to get you to do it. All right. How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? If you focus on the end result, you then feel better about doing it. All right. Any questions? Because I want to wrap up. If you're interested in any of my programs, let me know. I can put some links in the group. I can put links in the comments, but that's about as far as my sales pitchy goes. Perfect, Lenny. It's a good start. What's the end result? Where do you want to be? And what do you need to do? Take away the need for someone else in your life. What do you need for you? Because if you are not comfortable with yourself as company, why would anyone else be? With all due respect, obviously. And this is why in a lot of relationship readings, I will literally start with, you need to love yourself more. Because once you're comfortable in your own skin and happy to be alone, that's when someone else will come in. Basically. Questions, comments, thoughts? whatever the movie is, the kids are laughing at it. So, but it turns out I've got an awards application to submit. So I've got a bit of work to do. It's due tomorrow. Any other questions? While I say that, right, you do need, we are created as relational beings. We do need other people in our lives. However, we don't need it. Do you know what I mean? I found that the second I started being okay with being by myself, I met Michael, and I've never been alone since. Yeah, 10 years next month. Awesome, Dika. Thank you. Perfect. Awesome, Lenny. Keep working on it. We're all a work in progress. We just sort of have to give ourselves permission to be a work in progress. We are all on a healing journey. Every single one of us. So give yourself a bit of love. All right. I'm going to head. If you guys have any other questions, comments, thoughts, whatever, put them in the comments. If you want any further information about services I offer in terms of, yeah, of course, services I offer in terms of the programs that I run, let me know. Send me a PM or comment and say, I'd really like some information, and then I'll PM you. The only thing is, if I PM you, it will go to your spam or to your other folder. If you PM me, I will check my spam or other folder. If you PM Love Angels Light, I get it because it's a business page. But if you PM Eileen Rosswell, I get that anyway because somehow I've got it set up that message requests come up on my list. So PM me or put a comment and say, hey, I want to chat. If you want to chat, let's have a chat. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good afternoon. I'll be live on Love Angels Light tonight with Grace Wilczak. Lenny, I have no idea when events are starting again because I have no idea how long this lockdown will last. So I'm not planning anything until I feel like it's time. And it is not time yet. So it is what it is, right? I can't control when the events will start again because it depends on too many variables. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here and for spending some of your afternoon with me. I hope you've had lunch, and if not, go and have lunch. Make it healthy. I'm going to have a Subway cookie because that's what my body wants. All right, guys. Have a good afternoon. I will talk to you later.